I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll meet the newlyweds, Schuh and Dania Blair, and we'll also tell you all about the Citizens Police Academy. But first, making headlines this week. The county's Economic Development Corporation has a new CEO. Finance guru Julie Massag was appointed this week to head the agency, which aims to attract new businesses to the county and plan developments like Odenton Town Center. Massag moves over from her job as comptroller, where she oversees property tax billing, issuing bonds, and marketing the county to Wall Street rating agencies. She started her career at PricewaterhouseCoopers and worked for an early-stage venture-funded entity, as well as world-class companies Dell, NVR, and Polt Group. Just like me.
Just like you.
Just like me.
That's what you did in your last
That's what
job.
I did, yeah. Massag has an MBA from the University of Michigan, home of Tom Brady. I'm not sure if that's an accolade or not. I hate Tom Brady.
You love Tom Brady.
And her appointment is effective November 1st. Our heartfelt congratulations to Julie.
And I think we should mention here, Julie is a whiz with the spreadsheet. Of course, with a job like that.
Yeah.
But she's so kind to help me with spreadsheets. She will help me when I don't know what I'm doing with the spreadsheets. You ever done a pivot table?
I have done a pivot table.
Really?
Have you ever done a pivot move on the dance floor? Pivot, turn, pivot, turn.
I probably tried, but it probably wasn't very good.
Regardless, I think she's well qualified for the job.
Yes, she is. She's going to do a great job.
I'm sure she'll bring some excellent spreadsheets to the table.
Fantastic spreadsheets. Oh my God, the spreadsheets. Well, last year we had a very successful launch of the county's first public boat ramp at Fort Smallwood Park, and it proved to be wildly popular, and now it's time to move to South County. County Executive Steve Schuh held an event last week in Shady Side at the site of the future trailered boat ramp. Standing behind Discovery Village on the beautiful Parish Creek, Schuh said the next boat ramp would meet his goal of having a public access point on the north and south shores of every river in the county.
So we are opening up more beaches all over the county for swimming, for families. We are opening canoe and kayak launches at a fairly quick clip. We have opened 3 so far this year. That takes us to 19, and after this event this morning, we're going to walk across the parking lot for a ribbon cutting for one of our newest canoe and kayak launches. And then, of course, our effort to build out a complete system of trailered boat ramps. That's why we're here today. Our goal is to build a trailered boat ramp on the north and south shore of every major river in this county so that every citizen, no matter where he or she lives, has access to the water and can enjoy this incredible natural bounty of the Chesapeake Bay.
Now, if you're keeping track at home, Kristin, you can check off the south shore of the Patapsco River and you can check off the south shore of the West River.
Wow, you're right.
How about that?
You're right, yeah.
Huh?
That's pretty cool.
Only 6 more to go or something. No problem.
No problem.
Well, Recreation and Parks also cut the ribbon on a car-top kayak launch near the site, the 9th new launch location since Schuh took office. Looks like we can shove off from Shady Side in the summer of 2018 and do some crabbing.
Crabs.
Yeah. Do you crabber? Do you crab?
I've only gone a couple of times when I was young, but it would be fun to do it again.
Yeah, you got to check out, in Pasadena where I live,
Dave, you messed that up.
Trot line.
I said when I was young, and you should have said, you are still young.
Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. How old are you? Like 30?
Okay, that works.
30?
Yeah,
30-ish?
30.
Yeah, you don't look a day over 29.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, we have an important reminder about the upcoming presidential election. The deadline to register to vote is October 18th at 9 p.m. It's very easy to do, and of course, you can do it online in just a few minutes. If you haven't registered yet or you're not sure, here's what you do. Pause Week in Review right now and go to elections.maryland.gov. There, you can go through the process and get it done without any worries. Then you can toggle back to Week in Review and watch the second half of the show with your favorite comedy hour, Dave and Kristin.
That's right.
That's right. And you'll thank me later.
I mean, news you can use with Kristin Lagana. We need people to vote, right?
What's up with that? With Dave Abrams.
What's up with that? There's so much talk right now about, should people vote? Should they not vote? You're wasting your vote, this and that. Just vote.
You should vote. And people say it every year, and it really holds true, especially with this election. You cannot complain if you don't get out there and vote.
That's right. It's your fault if you didn't vote and then you don't like the person.
Right. That's right.
That's right. So get out there and vote.
Vote. Rock the vote.
Just
y'all.
vote. Do a little homework. Do some studying. You know, it won't take too long.
Oh,
and there's other important races, not just the
I was just going to say, this is
presidential
not about the
race.
presidential races too. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with our county that you should also go and educate yourself on and make sure that you have your votes ready for those.
Yeah, we got
elected
ballot
officials as well.
questions. We got
Questions,
judges. We got
yep.
Congress. We got senator. The first senatorial race in how long since Barbara Mikulski? Since Barbara Mikulski became a senator, at least 20 years. A very long time.
Yes.
So there's some important races on there besides.
Please vote.
Please vote. Come on.
Please vote.
Come on, guys. Just do it. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will see my sit-down interview with the newlyweds, Steve Schuh and Dania Blair from our Annapolis studio. Take a look at our community calendar for what's happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Maybe I have with that?
Oh, thank you. Did you see anyone drop this?
You lose this?
Thanks for helping us.
No problem.
Is this your bird? You're welcome.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 5 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Well, welcome back to the show. We're very honored today to have our newlyweds in the studio, Mr. Steve Schuh and Miss Dania Blair. They were married on October 6th in Annapolis, and congratulations to you both. We're very happy for you, and you did a very good job of keeping this a secret.
It was very low key. We had a very simple ceremony with just our parents and children and brother and sister, and dinner afterwards. It was a very nice ceremony,
Yes.
but simple.
We wanted it small and private.
Yeah.
We
Well,
have so many nice friends that we didn't want to disappoint, so we kept it
I bet
small.
that was
Yes,
tough.
right.
But like I said, you guys did a great job because, you know, other than
Thank you.
a side conversation, I didn't hear much chatter about it until it was actually happening.
Good.
Congratulations again. Dania, let's talk about you a little bit because folks haven't had a chance to really meet you.
Okay.
Tell everybody a little bit about where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I've been in Maryland since I was 6 months old, and a lot of my earlier life, I grew up in, I'd say, St. Mary's County in southern Maryland. I have a bachelor's degree from St. Mary's College, English major, love to read. I've been in a book club for about 16 years. I was in the business there, a jewelry and gift business, and I was the chief jewelry and gift buyer. And we also had, at that time, a few video stores. So we have small businesses down that way.
And I understand you've been very active in the arts.
Right. So my passion is arts and the arts councils that I've been working with. Started out in St. Mary's College Arts Council, and then I grew from there to the Mid-Atlantic Arts Foundation, and then the Southern Maryland Area Heritage Consortium. And my main thing is the Maryland State Arts Council. Served on that board for 6 years and chaired it the last 2 years.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, you have Mrs. Hogan is very involved in
Yes,
that,
yes.
and you have April Nyman from Anne Arundel County.
Well, I'm now on the Anne Arundel Arts Council.
Excellent.
That's my current
Good.
board, and I'm taking the Anne Arundel leadership class so I can know more about
Leadership
the
Anne
county.
Arundel.
Leadership
That's
Anne
great.
Arundel, right.
Good.
And I was a graduate of Leadership Maryland in 2004. So I have a lot of interest in my community and what I can do to help it, and I'm looking forward to finding just what I'll do here in Anne Arundel County now.
Well, I have had the pleasure of getting to know you for the last 2 years or so.
Yes.
3 now, I think. And I think people will be pleasantly surprised to meet you now and learn a little bit about you, because I think you're a very friendly, nice person, very smart,
you.
and that, you know, hopefully when people see you around town, they'll come say hello.
Yes. I enjoy people. I've always enjoyed.
You do, for
yeah.
sure.
I was
for
a
sure.
flight attendant also for 11 years. And
Really?
my passion, was another
Which
thing.
airline?
Traveling. U.S. Air.
US
No longer
Air.
around.
I remember US Air.
No
That was a
longer
good
around.
one.
Took
Well-
early retirement with that one.
Tell us a little bit about how you guys met.
Okay.
We met briefly in 2007 at a symphony gala, not surprisingly, given hers and my interest in the arts, and then didn't see one another for another 6 months, and then she turned up at the Maryland House of Delegates when I was a delegate, advocating for the River Concert Series that takes place in St. Mary's County. My committee had responsibility for the type of legislation for which she was advocating, and I saw her and I remembered her because I was very struck with Dania when I first met her. And I elbowed the delegate next to me and I said, "Do you recognize her? Do you know who that girl is?" And he didn't know her, but I sort of tracked her down after the end of the hearing, and we became reacquainted and went out and had a cup of coffee and ended up dating a few months later, and we've been going out ever since. We've
About
been
8 years.
dating a little over 8 years.
8 years
and,
now.
I finally convinced her to marry me, so I feel very fortunate about that.
Well, you guys are a good match. The more we learn about what the two of you like to do, there's a lot of things you have in common. Obviously, the arts. You know, Steve, you're very involved with the BSO and all kinds of arts organizations, so I can see that connection. But I did not know that you are that. I knew Steve has some daredevil qualities to him, but
yes.
you're pretty legit
Oh,
with
yes.
that too.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes. When I was 22, I went skydiving, and coincidentally, he went skydiving at 22 at the same place, but we did not know
Was
each
it
other.
here?
Pelican Land on the Eastern Shore.
Okay, that's not in California, Maryland.
No,
No.
That's where I went once when I was.
just
Oh,
over the
okay.
bridge.
Just
so
over here,
you
Eastern Shore.
skydived at the same place.
Yes, Pelican
Same place
Land.
around the same time, but we
Didn't know each
didn't
other
know
then.
that at the time.
Now, how did your skydiving experience go? Because when I did skydiving, I was so proud of myself. I actually had a little mishap with I didn't pull my parachute in time.
Oh, dear.
And the instructor flew up to me and pulled it. And
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I was getting a little too low. And so I'm feeling good. I'm coming down in for the landing, and you know, you're not
Dave,
ready
that's
for
terrible.
how fast you're approaching, and then you come down very softly, landed on my butt,
Oops.
like sat down
Whoops.
on my butt, and I was like, that was embarrassing.
Oh well, that
Did anything
happened.
like that happen to you
No,
guys?
mine was pretty clean.
Of course.
The person I went with actually broke his leg in 6 places, so that was
Whoa.
not good.
Yeah, not good.
At the same time you were there?
But he jumped.
Skydiving is a great sport. It's not a sport either of us pursued after that introductory dive, but we do enjoy other forms of diving, snorkeling and scuba diving, and boating and skiing are big interests for us.
Right.
She's pretty much up for anything. And,
Yeah.
We've zip-lined before with
we're
our
very
children.
compatible that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I like to
great.
do things. 'Cause
And
he's
she's always
Mr.
faster than I am at anything, whether we climb a mountain as we did during our honeymoon or
In
hike.
Scrabble, she beat you at Scrabble?
Yes.
I refuse to play her in Scrabble anymore. She's a pro.
I
The only
enjoy it.
person in county government that can compete with her is Education Officer Emily Brandenburg, who's also a pro.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
she's
Scrabble.
good, yeah.
She does Words with Friends too. Don't play
Normal
Words with
people
Friends with
cannot
her.
I
play
do.
Words with Friends or Scrabble with Dania.
Nope. Well, tell us a little bit. I understand you did for your honeymoon, you went to Maine.
Yes.
And you did some daredevil stuff there
We-
too as well.
When-
Tell us a little bit about that trip, what you guys did.
We went to Acadia National Park and we climbed a mountain,
Cadillac Mountain.
Cadillac Mountain. It was like 5 miles total. So we walked up this rock mountain and then we had to come down on all 4s in some places.
Very steep.
And it was misty, rainy, so
Was it scary?
It was scary. Yeah, but after we did it, we felt good.
Scary, but it's quite astounding. And for those of you at home who have never visited Acadia National Park, you must go. It is the only East Coast national park in the United States. It is an island park next to the town of Bar Harbor. You've probably heard of Bar Harbor. It is full of hiking and bicycle trails, hiking trails up to mountaintops with spectacular views of the ocean. And Cadillac Mountain, the mountain we climbed, is the very first spot the morning sunrise hits in North America. It's the first place the sunrise hits.
And we slept in and
quite an
didn't see it.
astounding spot.
Which great American novel is Bar Harbor? Is that Great Gatsby? Thinking that might have been
that's
Great
Bar Harbor.
Gatsby was
Connecticut.
Newport,
Newport.
wasn't it? I think that was in Newport.
I'll
And in
have-
fact, after we were in Acadia and Bar Harbor, our next stop was Newport. Newport's a lot like Annapolis. It's 2 or 3 times larger, but feels very much the same, a sailing-oriented, boating-oriented town. And then from there, we took the ferry across to Long Island and landed in Montauk, and then worked our way down the Long Island coast, beautiful beaches, and eventually made it home. So it was one of those fly out, drive back trips.
And we also went bicycling or cycling for 25 miles the following day after we climbed the mountain.
Man,
This is adventure
it sounds
boy.
exhausting. I like
It
to,
was fun.
I like to sip wine or coffee and
We do
look
that
at the
too.
water. That's my thing. Well, congratulations to you both again. It's nice to have a
Thank
first
you.
lady in Anne Arundel County. It's so great to have you, and hopefully folks will get a chance to know you going forward. It's a pleasure to have you both. Thanks for being on the
Thank
show
you.
with us.
Thank you,
Thank you, Dave.
And we're going to take one more break, and we'll be back right after this.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back. Have you ever thought about stepping up to help the police department in your community? Our own Pat Daly talked with Corporal Jim Shiloh about the Citizens Police Academy. Pat?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the officer in charge of the Citizens Police Academy, Corporal Jim Shiloh, to talk about what the Citizens Police Academy does, an overview. Thank you, Corporal, for joining us today. Just first, I'd like to ask you, when did the academy start? Do you have any idea of how many graduates you've had? And do they come from all over the county, or is it just one place?
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a great program to talk about, I think. And not just because I run it, because the feedback we've had has been so great. I've had the Citizens Police Academy since I'm looking here and make sure I have everything right, since the fall of 2013. And so under my direction, we've had 5 Citizens Police Academies, about 150 graduates so far. And so as far as where they come from all over Anne Arundel County.
Great. What is the overall purpose of the academy? What do the residents learn during how many weeks?
It's a 14-week program.
Okay. What do they learn?
Basically, we try and introduce them to how their police officers are trained in the Recruit Academy. So it is an extremely condensed version of what we get as recruit officers in our training academy, just to kind of help dispel any myths that they might hear or read about in the media, and kind of give them a better understanding.
Great. And it's like a hands-on, experience as far as, how the police interact with the community and residents and et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, the training is definitely hands-on. We have some classroom training, but they get to drive a police car with the lights through a slow-moving cone course. They do some defensive tactics. We'll do some simunitions training and things like that. So
Great. Hopefully not when Dave's on the road. My final question is, what's the best way to have residents get in touch with you guys about how to be a part of the police academy and how they can ask their residents, their fellow community members, to be a part of the academy?
Well, we definitely work mostly off a referral process, but we do advertise through mostly social media. If you go to our police department's webpage through Anne Arundel County, and on the community relations section, there is a tab that says Citizens Police Academy. I'm the contact, and so it's jshiloh@aacounty.org with how they get in touch with me.
Okay. Would you be available for community meetings, obviously as your schedule allowed? Would you be able to come out and speak to communities that were interested?
Oh, absolutely. Most
All right.
definitely.
Perfect. Well, We appreciate your time. We know that it's a very important program, especially in today's world, and it's something that's very, very important all the way around. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Pat. We've heard so many good things from graduates of the Academy. We should do it, Dave.
Now, we've talked about how I share Elvis's desire to have a badge. Like, I've always
Right.
wanted to have a badge.
Right.
And
Well,
I
here's
think,
your chance.
I think you get something resembling a badge for the Citizens Police Academy.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I also know if you're a kid and you go up to an event that the police are at, you also get a badge, but it's a sticker.
Stickers are cool.
They're cool.
I like stickers.
So, all right, let's get it over with.
Yeah,
That
how
monstrosity
about
on
those
Sunday.
Ravens? Like, how about that? You gonna talk about the officiating? You gonna say it was all because of the referees?
I just want to point one thing out to you.
Sure, go ahead.
The last time there was this
Because it
Beltway
won't change the
showdown,
results.
we fired our offensive coordinator, and then we went on to win the Super Bowl. That's all I got to say here. Bye-bye, Mark Trestman.
That is the
Hello,
most
Marty.
pathetic rationale I have
It's not
ever
a pathetic rationale. I'm
rationalizing
just pointing
I've ever
out
heard.
that what happened, if it follows that same path, which we currently are, we had gotten rid of Cam Cameron, and then stepped Jim Caldwell, and then we went on to win the Super Bowl. So I welcome that tradition back right now.
See, I really like the Ravens, but it's like, look, you guys lost.
It was
we
close.
beat you.
It was close.
We beat you. You
beat
lost
us.
the game. Just accept it.
I accept it.
And you
I'm
know
not
what?
happy with it.
The Redskins might be pretty decent this year.
Well, yeah. I got rid of RG3.
Oh, nice little RG3 dig there. It's only been 2 years, you know. You got any other jokes about?
Should we talk about your name?
No, let's
Yeah,
not
we're
talk
not
about
gonna
the
go
name.
there.
There's nothing wrong with the name at all.
Yeah. Well.
So how was Adele? You went to see Adele.
Folks
Tell
out
us
there,
about that.
If you have a bucket list of concerts, do yourself a favor. Pause the show again. Go grab a pen. And write Adele down on your bucket list.
Did she call you up on stage? And have
No,
you
but
do a
get this.
song?
She is so humble. She's so hilarious. And she's such a real person.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she has this horrible stage fright. You might have heard about this with Adele before. She talks about it all the time. She's got a horrible stage fright, but what she does to deal with it is she just babbles on and on and on with her audience. It helps her feel more relaxed. So she was going off on tangents left and right, but it was helping her.
And you didn't mind?
No one minded.
It was gold, right?
Everyone loved it. They were cracking up. Her accent, the fact that she curses like a sailor.
And where does she put her Oscar?
Oh, yeah. So she was talking about how she recorded Skyfall and that when they first approached her about it, she turned it down.
James Bond movie.
Yeah, James Bond. And she got off the phone and was like, what Brit turns down the opportunity to do a James Bond theme song?
Totally.
And they called her back and said, all right. She was glad they called her back, by the way. You like to name all of your albums after what age you are when you write them, right? And she said, yeah. And they said, well, this is the 23rd Bond film, and you are 23. And she said, I'll do it.
There you go.
And she said, and now I have an Oscar I look at in my toilet every morning because Brits apparently keep their
That's the thing.
awards.
And then the
in
NFL
loo.
called and asked her to do the Super Bowl, and she's like, what Brit would do the Super Bowl? We like football on the ground with the round ball.
She didn't say the Super Bowl specifically, but she said, why would I want to do things when I can do nothing? And who can argue with that
I swear,
rationale?
to be Adele must be wonderful.
But, aside from her witty banter, I mean, her performance was just...
Did you pick up any professional tips on how you're
this was the thing, is that I have gone to Verizon to see the Spice Girls, to see Britney Spears.
I can't believe you just admitted that, both of those.
Of course. Because I love my pop divas. I've seen Beyonce. I have seen all these... Madonna.
Yeah,
all
big
these women
productions with
that
the
fill it in with
dancers
production and choreography and special effects. Gaga.
Right.
And all I could think of was how
her
is
sitting on
this
the
woman
stage
going to
by
fill
herself.
Verizon Center? And it's with her personality. And I think it just, if anything,
And her voice.
you're saying,
she can sing better than all those
she has
people.
an amazing voice. If you're saying, what did I pick up from that? It's just to have a little more faith in myself and not feel like I need to rush a performance.
You have a good personality.
Oh, well, thank you. But
fill up
take more
this whole
time.
room.
Take more time and interact with my guests more instead of just trying to rush song through song. That's what
Yeah.
I picked up from Adele.
And let
But
your
she was incredible.
voice shine through, you know? You don't need fancy lights and stuff.
You don't. She has a big old girl crush on Alison Krauss, and she was saying, did we mind if she broke down into an acoustic portion of the set where we'd have a gentle semicircle of musicians like Alison Krauss? She's just funny.
That's cool.
She was funny.
I'm kind of wishing I went.
It was great. And you know what? There were no costume changes. She did have one little stage that was set up in the middle of the main floor. And all she did to get there was have 2 security guards walk her back and forth between this little platform and her main stage. There was no need for her to go flying around the stadium
Right.
or to come up from under the floor.
And if she did, it would look funny.
Right. And there, like I said, same dress she had on the whole night, no costume changes. It was incredible.
Wow.
Stuff from all 3 albums and the Bond theme.
All right. Well, we expect you to do something similar a couple years
Oh
from
yeah,
now, okay?
I'll be playing Verizon Center in
Yeah,
2019.
I want you to sell
sure.
out the Verizon Center, write it down,
Yeah, thanks.
visualize.
Did you have a nice weekend? Relaxing weekend?
I had a very good weekend. I had one of those sit around. The weather was not good.
It was a cranky weather,
it was
but luckily
cranky.
for Monday when we had the Adele show, it was very nice, and we got down there early and walked around and did the monuments and.
Oh, that's right. There was that
American
little
history.
window when it was
Yeah.
nice out.
So we went there.
I watched a lot of TV, probably too much TV.
There's so much to watch
I
right
watched
now.
the Redskins beat the Ravens.
I want to hear about it.
I watched a little Nick Cage, the Marvel series on Netflix.
I can't. Luke Cage, and I can't wait
Luke
to watch
Cage.
that.
Sorry about that.
Nick Cage would be Nicolas Cage, and that's
Right.
something completely different.
He's Batman or Superman.
I want to watch Luke Cage. Westworld on HBO. Excellent.
Ooh.
Excellent.
I don't even know about that one.
It's like Jurassic Park meets Truman Show meets Wild Wild West with Anthony Hopkins.
Whoa.
Boom.
Clarice.
You're welcome.
Clarice.
Excellent show.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county. And Kristin will see you next time.
What about you?
I'll be here too.
Okay.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.